Thick black smoke rose up from the village, and below the fire ripped through buildings. Flames so fierce and so high, nothing could stop them, spreading with dangerous and terrifying speed.
It started in Wennington Green, caught fire in a compost heap. The wind's not helped, fanned flames. It's gone right across the village, taken out everyone on the green, it's taken out the church and slowly weaving its way along the main road.
Just after we spoke to Andrew, the fire moved so fast we pulled away, the air now dark with smoke. Terrified residents are unable to stop the spread.
So it's been really scary. I was even tearing. I was crying. My little one was crying as well.
Blessing was at home with her 2-month-old baby when the police told her to leave.
I don't even know what to say because I've never seen. I used to see this kind of fires on TV. I never thought in my wildest dream that it would happen to us. I've been so scared, but thank God we've seen some passerbys who've been giving us water and stuff.
Fanned by wind but fuelled by brittle dry ground, the flames were impossible to stop. With lives at risk, the whole village was evacuated.
My partner has got COPD. He can't breathe. He's not allowed out of the house. And he's panicking. So the police officer just got hold of him and we had to go out the house and he just shut the door after us.
Residents in this rural village are in shock. The heatwave brought fire and left people here homeless, an unimaginable trauma.
I was actually upstairs at the time and I actually saw from my window like the flames really close to the house. So naturally, very, very panicked. Only had a chance to grab my phone, nothing else. We don't know 100% for sure, but we have been told that there is a very high possibility that our house is already gone.
They gathered at a local pub, now evacuation centre. Firefighters are used to extreme temperatures, but the ferocity of this fire was something else.
We've probably never seen weather-related incidents, particularly to do with heat, on this scale before. But we do have well-rehearsed and practiced plans in place to be able to make sure that we're prioritising our resources.
As winds changed direction, they fought to contain and control the flames. People on the ground doing all they could to help. The air is still filled with the smell of smoke, and you can see a cloud of it hanging over the horizon above the village. And if you take a look at the fields behind me, you can see why this fire spread so quickly. The grass here is so dry, it's crunchy to the touch. As night fell, the fire still burned. We were warned the heatwave would bring danger, but no one expected something like this. Laura Bundock, Sky News, Wennington.
Extraordinary pictures, and Laura has been here for much of the day. She's with me now. What was it like at the height of this fire?
It was almost unbelievable. When we arrived in the village, we were alongside a field right at the edge of the fire. And I think the thing that struck everyone there was just how fast it was moving. There were these giant plumes of smoke literally racing through the fields. And I think the fact you could see how fast they were moving really heightened that sense of danger. That was when the village was evacuated. And you had these people here who suddenly had this major incident right on their doorstep. They had literally nowhere to go, which is why we saw the pub over the road become this sort of pop-up refuge centre. The police set up desks in there. They were checking off names. They wanted to make sure everyone was accounted for. And inside there were children, there were babies, there were pets, there were a couple of parrots even. Almost a surreal scene. And very quickly, I think that initial fear, the initial fright turned to action. And that's when we started seeing people taken to hotels nearby. We saw the rest centre set up as well, which is where people have also been taken. But I think what's hardest is the fire is far from out at the moment. It is still burning tonight, and
well,
for people,
we can see these pictures now.
It's incredible, those scenes. Think
tonight.
How many hours it's been burning. Yeah. And you've got people, the whole village, unable to go home, with no idea when they'll make it back, and no idea what kind of a state they'll find their homes in.
You can see how close it is to other properties, to other buildings here.
it's astonishing. And I think the way it spread so quickly, the brittleness of the ground here is why we've seen such an extreme event. We were told this extreme temperature would cause an extreme event, but this is the very, very real image of it right now.
Okay, Laura, thank you very much. And more fire trucks arriving, new fire engines arriving all the time. Laura, thank you very much.